Out of lots.
We are live!
Oh my gosh, we're live!
We are back and we are ready to rock here in Windy City. We have St. Louis going against number 20, going against number 8. We have a score. I was using my binoculars to look at the scoreboard. 79 for Windy City, arch rival 54. And on the line we have Varla Vendetta, and of course we're going to be looking at one of those three, and it is...
it looks like Mighty
M2.
Mighty Boston.
Yep, Mighty Mighty Boston. Boston.
Not Boston.
Winston. Boston. Oh, but we wanted to give a shout out to Sargentina, who is in Australia now.
She's not. She's back. She might be in Chicago already. She was, a few hours ago, she was leaving Los Angeles on her way back from Australia. So she's not on that track today.
But St. Louis is out of the pack and has lead jammer, while Varla Vendetta is being recycled all the way to the back.
She was. She was through and through and through, and then kept getting just stuck back behind a lot of recycled back
they
players.
They must have heard me talking about her riding the outside. Damn my voice! Damn it! So now they're hitting her up, but now she just skirts through the middle of the pack. They're broken up like Swiss cheese, but she was on her initial pass.
She makes it look easy.
There were no points, and
Boston.
there are no points gained by
no
Windy
points
City.
gained by Windy. 3 points for Boston. For our rival. For Boston, for our rival. And then our rival's now getting the back line.
I say St. Louis. You say arch rival.
Well, that's the name of their team.
It's like potato.
I believe there's more than one team in St. Louis. The other one's a men's team, though.
Well, then
the Gatekeepers also reside in St. Louis.
Oh, so we were just talking about Ghostbusters.
Those busters.
The Gatekeeper, Gozar, and the Keymaster.
Illinois just broke out for Windy City of the pack. Right behind the lead jammer for our rival, Brickyard.
Who calls it off without passing anybody. Nope.
It's a 0-0 jam. The score is sitting pretty at 79-57, Windy City.
There is some jostling on the line here. Everybody's hungry for that back corner.
Yep, our rivals fighting hard. Not farting hit. Not farting hard. They are fighting hard to get that back line.
That would be an interesting tactic.
But we're going to do a little bit of split pack where 2 arch rival girls are in front, 2 are in back. Same with Windy.
They have Boston
see how this works out.
And Jam Burglar for Windy City. Oh! That looked dangerous.
Boston getting stuck up back there. Both of them getting hit out. Boston having to recycle back way further in order to get back out.
But Boston just has to deal with Ruth, and she is out as your lead jammer. But Jamie is just right behind her at a quarter track.
20-30 feet behind her. Arch is going to hit the pack first. She's going to try and hit it and quit it.
Let me see if
I can see how many points. We got 1 for Arch, and where did our jam ref go? Oh, 2 for Arch, 1 for Windy.
So we have 80 for Windy City against arch rivals 59, which is just a 21-point lead. So that's definitely
that's one
reach.
jam. I saw Sandrine Ranjan do a 30-point jam in practice the other night.
1-minute penalties.
No, it's in practice the other night with 30-second penalties. I watched Sandrine Ranjan.
Well, she is
less
an
than
alien.
A 2-minute jam.
Okay.
She is an alien. You're right. That girl is superhuman.
Actually, no. Is she considered an alien?
She might be an alien. You're right.
See?
She is French.
I told you. I don't lie about these
things. She is an alien. We are not lying.
But we have Brickyard that is getting beat the heck up by Windy City, but she is not showing any signs of tiring. And goes on the outside and is not lead jammer, but she is showing a lot of resolve. In the meantime, Ying is getting the what
Ying
for.
O'Fire is getting... Oh, and she goes back in. Didn't see one of the arch rival girls recycle back at the last second. She gets a cut. She's in the box. Arch rival's back up at the pack. She's fighting her way through. She's got 2. Oh, just Who's Your Mama to get past now. And Tamikaze's up there with her. Tamikaze hits her down, but it's too little too late.
And we're
she's
going
out.
the full 2 minutes, so we have about 1:05 left before that whistle's going to blow. So we have a lot of time for St. Louis to catch up on these points because they only have 16 to go now. But we do have Ying that's already standing. God, these 30-second penalties.
They're quick.
Holy
They
cow.
are quick. And that
really
arch rival jammer, she is stuck pretty solid there.
She's still in.
Oh, Who's Her Mama? She hit her out, and then
Sure
she got tired. She thought she could just jump back in. She went to the box. So Ying's going to finish this one out by herself.
Well, that was the thing.
Arch Rival will be back out of the box before this jam is over, but it won't be much. It'll only be a few seconds. Ying's back out of the pack. She got 4 points for that, or 5 points for that. Sorry, the jammer's in the box.
All you young Derby players out there, make sure you are watching all of those blockers. If you are that jammer and you get hit out, it's not this.
At the back of the pack, she knows she's only got about 5 seconds left. That other jammer's in. She's just going to mess with her, try and get her points, and get it till it's called off. 3 points for Arch Rival, 2 points for Wendy on that one. Brings the score. It's like 87-67, 20 points.
Like that 2 points should be like the Hail Satan score, right?
It is. It's like the bull. The bull. Mess with
You
the bull,
with the bull,
you
you get the horns. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the other ones are all kind of boring. They're like trader things. Or the high five. Okay,
her jam off.
Oh! And we had Yvette that was pushing her to the outside and it just got her legs all wrapped around
jamming
her
for Arch
face.
Rival, and it looks like she took a hard fall. She's slow to get back in. She's still on her initial pass. She's all by herself out there. The Windy City Jammer's in the box, and she's fighting hard, stuck behind Yvette Yermaker and Tamikaze from Windy City
Ida
Blockers.
has a lot of good edge work. She is
looking
to the side every
hard.
time she gets hit behind somebody. She scoots around like she tries to creepy octopus. Again, that's what we call it here.
And she's got massive endurance for how much they are jamming her in this bout. She's really fighting hard.
And she just gets hit in by Yvette and pulled to the back. But Varla's back in from the box.
30-second penalties. Jammers are in before trying to call it off, and it's not being recognized. I thought I saw a lead jammer call on her. Apparently she is not lead jammer. Varla had already gotten.
This is all stipulation right now.
Maybe Varla had already gotten that lead.
Don't
and
try
then
to
went
act
to
like
the
you know
box.
what's going on.
You're right. I don't know anything about Derby.
We don't know why this person isn't leading.
Varla's getting around. I think they're tied for how many points they have in this particular jam now. It's called off. It looks like Windy City's sitting at 91, Arch Rival at 72.
They did get 4. Arch Rival did get. Oh, I said Arch Rival. That's high. Did
Look
get
at
4
you.
points in that jam. I'm
They're
a
up to
conformist.
76. So Windy City 91, Arch Rival 76. And we've got Boston back on the line for Arch Rival, going up against Illinois for Windy City. Looks like Justice, the Windy City coach, is out there. Looks like a multiplayer. I think that's on Smarty McFly. Yep, from Windy City. She's going to the box. Boston's fighting her way up. Just Hoosier Mama. Hoosier goes
Boston
for a big hit.
Really did an
she's
awesome
out.
thing there. Their blockers, 2 of them were holding kill Illinois, and one of their blockers went back to just play a second offense and then got their jammer out. So that was really risky, but phenomenal move by St. Louis.
And Boston just skated by on the outside, all 3 of those Windy City blockers. We got Smarty McFly in the box for Windy City. We've got a full Arch Rival pack going out for this one. With Jam Burglar on the line, Jammy going up against M80. That is Brickyard.
400.
Oh, sorry. It looks like an M. You're right.
M2 is Mighty.
M2 is Mighty Boston. It's hard to see from up in these stands, folks.
That's why I have my binoculars.
And we got Konnichiwa, K-Wow, using her excellent lateral work just to hold Brick right now.
Oh, she tried clockwise. Almost.
She tried to get the cut in there by just turning her hips around at the last second.
Sticking her butt out more. Yeah, it's
she
not
did.
where your
She
skates
tried.
are, it's where your butt is. Her hips.
It's true.
I'm sorry.
Your hips.
Got to use the proper nomenclature. Hips.
These are ladies out there. It's the hips. It's all about the hips. The hips don't lie,
It's
Scott.
all in the hips. Oh, and
Wow,
Jamie just skirts on
Jamie
the
doing
outside.
a beautiful just jumper on the
They weren't
outside.
even awake with that one.
That was the definition of a creepy octopus, wasn't it?
Yeah, because that
Where you
was
just
creepy.
Creepy octopus right around the...
I would be creeped out. But I'm creeped out by a lot of things.
And you know, we are, as we go into this one, we've got Varla Vendetta going up against Mighty Boston. And we wanted to give, we've got 2 skaters from Arch on the track, 2 in the box. We've got a full Windy City pack. Arch is going to try and split the pack right before the whistle by jumping forward to give their jammer some time to get some speed. And it seemed to work out for them because she jumped right up. And she almost just made it out. Varla just skirted up first to get lead jammer. That score is at a 15-point differential. Varla easily jumping
but
through.
she may have gotten one.
She did. She got one. But Varla got 4.
But St. Louis got one.
But
That's what I meant.
But our rival got one.
There's a lot of she's out there, so I have to articulate. I apologize.
We got Illinois going up against Ida, and we did want to give a couple shout-outs. We've got 5 chartered Windy City players who are not on the track right now. We already mentioned Jackie Daniels and Sandrine Ranjon, who are in turn 3, if the cameras ever swipe past them, doing some paperwork for the All-Stars right now. We've also got Sargentina, who we mentioned, is on her way back from Australia. We've got Abita Down, who is in the stands as well, cheering so hard.
With Killjoy.
And we've got Killjoy, who has an injury.
Right,
she's working back from a knee injury, and she is going to be ready. She is our another one of our transfer skaters this year, transferring to us from Detroit. An excellent addition to the
Killa
team.
just completely owned that inside line.
She
that was
did.
beautiful.
Killa's got excellent lateral and edge work. She can turn around on a dime, and she will just mess with your head.
She did like
You'll
a crossover on the inside of the apex to ensure that her outside foot did not hit the outside of the line. So she did like an internal crossover, or like an opposite. You know how you usually cross over in this way, but she crossed over the other way so that her foot wouldn't go out. It was beautiful.
I want to talk about what a beautiful job the blockers are doing. I don't want to curse them because I was scared I was about to do that, but the blockers holding Ida back at the back of the pack, doing a beautiful job of staying together and adding in a few hits to make sure she stays tired.
And you know what?
She is powering through it. You're right. She is a powerful jammer.
She was holding on to that hat. Like, I thought for a second.
She's about to pass it?
I thought, because if you're just sitting there getting beat up by Yvette and Ruth and KWOW, it's like,
that is rough. Especially when you have Bork throwing a shoulder at you every so often.
She did get out.
That's a tough pack to get through. These are all veteran Windy City blockers.
And Killa calls it, and I think she got
2
on that pass.
I saw 2. Yep, 2 points.
Yeah, Hail Satan!
I believe it's the Bulls.
The Bulls. Well, what's the symbol for Satan? It's like that goat's head, right? So it's all related. It's all interconnected. And by the way, I don't mean to offend or anything, but whenever I think of Sandrine, I think of Crab Rangoon.
Sandrine Ranjon, Crab Rangoon. Why? Why is that?
Because it's very close to Rangoon.
I think about an adorable little French girl.
Oh, she is. Yeah,
she is an adorable little French girl. All right, back to the game. Back to the game. Hoosier Mama throwing an incredible little chest punch
on Brick.
And Brick going down backwards.
Burglar out as the lead and coming in for a scoring pass while Brickyard is recycled to the back of the pack. Jan Burglar is working on the outside.
Wow,
Jamie
working incredible edge work. Wow, trying to get a last-minute throw in there by Hoosier. Yep, Hoosier throwing in a great hit at the end there. Brick almost getting through, falling. It's the end of my concussion. I'm getting towards the end of it.
What is it? Like, you're in recovery, or like back on the wagon?
I'm back on the wagon. I guess whatever the wagon is of mental stability. I'm scared to do this tonight because my mental status is still a little questionable.
It has been.
But I'm already back on skates, so I'm improving daily. And
baby steps
I'm hopefully going to be one of these people that some other announcer is talking about really soon.
Well, then who am I going to talk with?
Hopefully
Can
you'll be back out there again
I'd like to
soon.
give a shout out to
Give
Rudy.
a shout out. Oh, let's give a shout out to Rudy. Scott keeps talking about all you young skaters. You want to know why she keeps referencing youngins? Because she is a new mom herself.
I just had a baby.
Scarface.
And I hate children.
Having her all-star season last year cut short.
Oh, and it's
track cut at the last second. She saw Yvette step out of bounds. She thought she could jump back in. She didn't realize a couple of the Windy City blockers had also stepped back. Varla going at it for trying to use the new rules to her advantage, which...
Because you can only use it slightly.
You can. You should only use the new rules to your advantage and so much as you've already used them before. Wow. Windy City wall, she just flew right past, and again, jumping through the Windy City wall. Ying fires right on her tail, but she gets all the points, calls it off before Ying can hit that pack.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of spread out packs right now. In the first half, we did see a lot of very small compact packs where everybody was just in everybody's faces. Now we're seeing a lot higher speed and a lot more spread out blockers where these jammers are cutting through like Swiss cheese.
And it doesn't look like it's a result of more penalties. It looks like maybe everyone's making a concerted effort
even
to
right
keep
now,
the pack
everybody's moving
faster.
forward. Yeah.
Yep. And Windy City is traditionally good at being a fast team. It looks like they've got a lot of really veteran blockers in there right now. KWOW doing a beautiful hit and then backing it up.
But Jan is out the first time this half, I
Jan
think.
Trainer, yep. She is
for jamming for Windy City, and she is lead.
She's on her scoring pass.
And
Ida is stuck up on a whole wall of Windy City
she's
blockers.
out on the outside.
Easily jumps around.
Jan only has 2 blockers to go. Yvette's trying to help her get those points, and she's got 1, and there's the other. But
she got no pass.
So she'll have 3.
There we go.
4. Did she already pass Jammer in that one, I guess?
She already passed the Jammer. She did.
There
She jumped past Ida, and she got 3 points for Jammers for a total of 4. That brings the score up to 144 Windy City, 85 Arch Rival.
Because 3 blockers plus 1 Jammer is 4 points.
Good math, Ska.
Woo!
You're getting smarter as this game goes on. I wrote one of my goals for tonight was not to scream into the microphone.
Oh. Mine was not to swear, and I can only give myself 1 goal at a time.
We're doing pretty well.
Okay.
We're both doing pretty well then.
Oh, nice
Wow.
effort by Boston on the outside.
Boston only having Hoosier Mama to break through. She's doing pretty well as Hoosier
But
Mama gets
Illinois
taken out
does
by a
have lead
blocker.
jammer, but Boston is only 20 feet on her tail.
So Kill is going to have to get really fast out of there, get her
Windy
points
City's in the
fast
back of
and
the pack.
Call it.
Got
Call
one.
it. Oh, Boston's all the way through. Easy 4 points, 0 for Windy City, even though they had lead.
I thought she had the 1. I guess not. I'm not a ref. I'm not down there. But it looked like 1 to me. And I'll say that to my grave. Killa, you got 1 in that jam, okay?
We're not refs because reffing is hard work. I have a lot of respect for these refs because,
in Windy City, at least, we do a lot of mirroring, or what is it, shadowing.
Shadowing we do so that we all know how tough of a job that reffing is.
And whoa, is it difficult.
It is hard. And for what amazing, incredible hits you get as a player out there, and for how tough of a job it is to be a skater on these teams, it is even harder to be a ref.
Jam Burglar is out with
way
lead.
harder.
Gets 1 point. Gets hit in by Tampa.
Not Tampa.
St.
We've got
Louis.
no Tampa.
They have the
No
same
Tampa
colors.
skaters out there. They do. Tampa, shout out to Tampa. They're also pink skaters. We like Tampa. They're a great team. They're fun to skate with.
A friend of mine is a
They're
ref
fun
in
to hang
Tampa.
out
I think
with.
they're up in Grand Raggedy this weekend.
Oh, wow. There's a lot of derby going on today.
Yeah.
Grand Raggedy is Jackie Daniels' old league. That's right.
So shout out to Shady's Lady on reffing up in Grand Raggedy this weekend. Shout outs all around.
Who do we have there? Is that Boston jamming, fighting really hard on that pack. She's almost through. She's just got Ruth and Asia to go. She's fighting hard to get there. Ruth is not making it easy for her. She's almost through, and she takes a tumble.
Varla's
only
has 2, and she is
wow,
out.
she is out for lead jammer. Boston recycled all the way to the back, fighting hard, but she's stuck behind 4 Windy City blockers.
Varla gets spun into the middle
Wow,
of the
who
apex.
is that gave her that nice hard hit? I can't even see a number, but she's laying down the law on her again.
8,100. Where's my papers? Where are my papers?
Looks like Tupac Shankar is giving her
right.
the business. I don't know why we keep using that phrase, but Varla is now stuck. She's straddling the line and having to go back again. Whereas Boston's stuck behind 4 Windy City blockers, just going back and forth laterally. She looks like she's on a slide board.
She's hit out by Tamikaze.
She's out there. Smarty McFly is going back. Tamikaze is going back with her to bridge that all the way back. Well, at the same time, Varla is hit out. She's thinking about calling it, but she recycles back. She's just watching what Boston's doing, so she knows when it's time to call it, and the time has not come yet. She is going to fight. She's going to fight hard. It looks like she's probably trying to kill the clock a little bit. The score is 145 to 89 right now. Windy City has the advantage, so they're probably trying to wear a little bit of timeout. And Arch Rival is only just now out for the first time. Varla is hit out of bounds again, and she's going to decide to give it that call off. She got her full 5 to a 0 for Arch Rival, which brings it up to 150.89.
I was speaking with some fans earlier about the different jammer calls that are done and things, and I find Varla's one of the most amusing. She does this little flutter, this little hand flutter thing.
Every jammer calls it off through that pack. Brickyard is not only on her tail, but past her now. Killa trying to call it off when she got that first point.
I didn't see her call it, though. I saw her hit her hip once, but again,
maybe,
I'm not a ref.
Did you read all the way through those new rules? Maybe that was in there too. We just didn't notice it.
I don't know. 30 seconds, though.
I think
that's my new mantra.
30 seconds.
Yep.
Speaking of 30 seconds, we have a clear box going into this jam number 5 million. And
17 in the second period.
Excellent.
150 for Windy City, 89 for Arch Rival with 6:57 to go, and 155 left in this jam number 18 in the second period.
We've got Jam Burglar doing some crazy matrix moves out there, trying to get through the pack. We've got Ida also doing some crazy jumpy feet moves, trying to fight through the back of that Windy City pack. These are technical terms, guys. I am giving you nothing but technical derby terms. Wow.
Technical
Jam Burglar getting her feet all the way to the line. Blockers jumping back, thinking they got her over. She looked down, she looked at the refs, and she just skated on. She's managed to stay in that one.
All you young derby players out there, make sure that jammer is all the way out.
This Jam Burglar,
that line like it's nobody's business.
She's brand new this year to the Windy City Rollers All-Stars, and she is making a place for herself. She's doing great job.
Oh,
she's
she
making
almost
some really
hit that line, but
moves.
just right
She's
around
already got a 10-point jam. Ida's got, she just went down. She's got 3 Windy City blockers to still get past. That's 2. Who's your mama just giving her a shoulder and standing right over, down.
Looking at her like, do something.
That is a terrifying sight. If you guys have never met Who's Your Mama on the track, let me tell you,
she's
it's a terrifying
sweetest thing in the world.
Off the track.
Yeah.
If you are meeting going against her on the track, it is terrifying to see her, to go up against her, and to have her
she's
hit
got
you
one
down.
of those like angry faces that just makes you feel bad when you look right at her. You're just like, oh, gives you the shivers, you know.
I do know what you're talking about.
And Ruth is racing to
Where
the penalty
is
box.
Ida on this track?
What?
I don't see a jammer out there. Did they lose a panty? Did we miss this? Jammy's still going strong. I see a pivot skating around the track. She's putting on a jammer cap. I believe that is illegal. Luckily, they called it off before she could get the cap on. Otherwise, she would have been going to the box. And I don't think she even realized that she was doing something illegal. They were trying to do a star pass.
Well, nobody ever realizes they are.
No, they don't. Especially, it looks like a pretty exhausting jam for our rival there. Ida was getting pretty beat up on. She passed the jammer penny to Jimmy.
And Brick are the only jammers they're putting out there. Great sakes, no wonder.
True. They've all got amazing fast feet, though. I mean, we are towards the end of a 60-minute bout, and they are all still picking up those feet, playing hard. Ida passed the panty to Shimmy Hoffa in that one. Shimmy held onto that panty. I saw them just beating up on her as the pivot. And
on right now.
That's true. Justice did run in there. Justice is the coach for Windy City. And we've got our Tribals coach in there. They're all having a chat. He is not looking happy. He's still being talked to, it looks like, by JC Chaotic, who is a visiting ref from Bruce City Bruisers.
Now, I don't know who they're, because I know they have Magnum PIMP and High Plains Drifter, at least according to their regular roster. So I'm not, and neither of them look like the beefy Magnum PIMP. So I'm not sure who is who on their bench right now as far as their coaches are concerned.
You know what? I'm not sure. We did not get a list of who their coaches were, and unfortunately,
good play by KWOW to pull her all the way to the back of the pack. Oh,
KWOW trying to pull her back further. She's successful this time.
Varla,
we've got Varla going against Mighty Mighty Boston.
Gotcha. I would add a 33% chance of being correct if I would have just said.
You are absolutely correct. Boston
0.33
is doing a great job. Unfortunately, just getting really hit out hard.
And she's
alternately
hit up again
by KWOW, who is our wonderful little Canadian.
But the same thing has just happened to Varla Vendetta. Pulled all the way back. The track is cut in half right now with all the blockers spread out.
It is. Varla up front, though. She's only got one. Oh, she got hit down by that one. Now she's just fighting two. She's edging along that inside line. About to take out, about to take out the jammer. Yeah. Boston makes it out. Boston not on a scoring pass yet. Varla probably going to call it here because she's ahead.
And
waiting, trying to kill as much time as possible, and then giving that call off. Varla does have an adorable call off. You're right. Everything about Varla Vendetta is pretty adorable.
Yeah. Except I would guess if she's not on your team, then
it's
you're probably
true.
just
then
like,
you're
no.
Then you're terrified of her if you can ever see her.
I wouldn't say terrified. I would say
terrified to go against her. Because she's
it's not scary. She's just like sneaky and stuff. Like terrified, I would say like Borg. Yes. Exactly, like an assassin, you know.
She's like a little ninja.
Yes, perfect. Varla the ninja.
Varla the ninja. Looks like we've got a little bit of a timeout going on here. I don't know what they're talking about right now, but the refs are skating around. The coaches are back on the bench. They're just holding it for a minute.
We've got
Illinois signed up.
And we have Shimmy Hoffa and... Oh.
It's really hard to see from up here, folks.
Rhinomite. And... Oh, I don't know. Her armband is pulled around the wrong way. Refs, come on now. Get these armbands on straight.
For Windy City, we've got Smarty McFly, Kanichiwa, and Hoosier Mama blocking. We've got one blocker in the box who is a vet your maker. Illinois breaking the pack. She's on her last blocker out front, just trying to edge through. She does on the inside line. Whereas Brick,
and again,
she only has Hoosier to get past.
Fast
out.
Spread out. That's what jammers want.
That is what jammers want. That is how you get out. It's easy. Killa's coming up on
gotta call it.
Big four wall.
Oh, but I think she got Smarty's point. No, I guess
not.
Nope,
that's a 0-0.
It's a
Nobody
wash.
Scores. That brings our score nowhere, but it's still sitting at 166. Windy City to an 89 score for arch rival.
With 3 minutes left, and we're going on to Jam 21. And this is how we do it, is playing in the background.
This is how we do.
Is that Keith Sweat?
How many people do you think have muted us so far? Because that's what I often do when I watch TNN.
I find it amusing. It's better than the other noises going on in the house.
All right, we got Mighty Mighty Boston jamming for arch rival right now. Jam Burglar, a quick box trip for her right at the beginning because of a track cut is what the ref is calling. She is sitting down right now. She'll be there for 30 seconds. Boston breaks out. She's coming back around for her scoring pass, and she will have 30 seconds to just tear it up with her team. Trying to get as many points as possible.
She's got Bork's points so far, and now she has Hoosiers.
She's got Ruth and Bork to get around still, and she's out. She's got a big 5. She's hoping to close this gap a little bit for arch rival. And Jam Burglar is already standing, so she's not going to have long. Jam Burglar's already out.
Outside. Breaks up that Windy City wall, because that's one of the worst things to see is your jammer, just like Jam Burglar's coming up to right now.
So
that
Boston,
solid wall is just...
Boston has stopped solid against Windy City's wall on her second scoring pass. Jam Burglar on her initial pass breaks out really easily. And Boston's just going to call it, so she doesn't have to mess with it anymore. She got 4 points out of that. Looks like there was just one blocker she needed to break through, and she calls it to bring arch rival up to 98.
Now, on that last pass, some people may think she would have gotten a cut because there was a wall of 4, but she passed 3 of them, and one of them hit her out, and that person that hit her out went out as well. So then Jam Burglar got back up and went in, but was already in front of those other 3 blockers, and so she did not get a cut for that.
It's all about which angle you're viewing the track at, folks. That's
relative
key.
Position. It's all relative.
We've got a veteran pack in here of Tamikaze, Bork, and Kanichiwa for Windy City Rollers. Kanichiwa doing some beautiful edge work. We've also got Smarty McFly, who is in her first year, skating against her old team tonight in her first ever game with the Windy City Roller All-Stars. First ever game with the Windy City Rollers. And
Brickyard
they are holding Brickyard hard. Also stuck at the back, though, is Varla Vendetta. She is behind Brick
But she is lead and she is scoring right now, whereas Brick is still on her initial pass.
Yes. Arch rival recycling
Where
Varla.
is she going? Varla's
She's
going all
going
the
way
to
back.
the-
She's just trying to reset, get her mind right, I guess.
Her bearing straight, if you will.
Yes.
Brickyard is struggling to get through, and it looks
Wow.
like she almost did, but then Hoosier just shut her down.
Getting a lot of big hits there. Brickyard's
On
got to
both
be
sides of
hurting.
the
She's
fence. Varla,
she's
again,
been
is getting
jamming
recycled
hard
and decides
tonight.
to call it off because she's had enough. And this
Well,
is
that's
the
it.
unofficial
Yeah,
final.
Oh, wow.
171 to 98.
Looks like Windy City took it home. It's going to be a pretty big long shot if the unofficial final does not come in with Windy City in the favor at this point. But that was a hard game fought
Holy
by
cow,
both
3
teams.
jammers, like the whole way.
Three
You know
jammers,
what?
but that's
Thumbs
pretty
up,
common,
St. Louis.
Scott. That's pretty common. At the same time, those jammers, man, those were hard jammers. They all had insane endurance. They all had insane footwork. They were really, really great at pushing forward. They were strong. All 3 of them. I would be terrified to go against any of them. They did a great job tonight.
Terrified. Do you like that word?
Everything's
Not to sell their
terrifying,
blockers
Scott.
short either, though, because they definitely gave our jammers the what for.
They did the what for.
Well, Internet world, thank you very much for joining us tonight on this beautiful, cold, blustery evening here in Chicago. We're getting snow on Tuesday. Yay, spring!
No.
And this is Scarface
This is Moby Nips.
signing out. God bless you.
Thanks for joining us.